I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
47-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle.
The kick is good.
And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now.
Bears 6.
So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
At their own 25-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he's in for the touchdown. And the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it.
Harrison Butker set.
The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
27-yard line.
Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
First and 10.
Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Brings up second.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now this is Le'Veon Bell with a reception. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
The ball carrier.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, fit running back, but now I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, second-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first.
And 3.
I think the best offenses love to give the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go along.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10.
The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Burrow will throw. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
The tackle made.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
On the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Now Burrow. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Aaron Donald. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. CeeDee Lamb. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded in the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete.
Locks pass.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Clock going to try and throw on 3rd down. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Gain of 13.
Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the first down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From midfield, here's Locke. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
And 4 yards to go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They start on the ground with Geis. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
At the 47-yard line.
Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On 1st down, this is Geis. Defensively, Harrison Phillips there to stop him. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. 4th quarter, holding on to a lead. Fullback carry, 3 or 4 yards. I guess that's what you're looking for.
And it just brings back memories for me because I remember my coaches in this situation. I remember one time my head coach into his headset telling the offensive coordinator, I want the big boy carrying the ball. And that's what you have in this spot. Him covering up on the ball, taking care of it, and grinding out yardage.
1 yard. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. Here's Burrow. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Burrow's pass.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Now, aren't I though?
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chicago offense set to get started. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. Lock now on first down. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
And this is a situation where defensively, Brandon, you're going to be so excited. It's getting late. You've got the lead. No reason to not just pin your ears back and go. Bring the pressure. And here they hit him as he's releasing the football, and that's going to help lead to the interception.
And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. Second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Burrow on play action. Steps away to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The drive stays alive. A third down gain of 8.
First and 10.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. And that'll set them back 5. That one looks like he'll throw here. This is the tight end fan. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Burrow looking to pass. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Geis with a carry on second down. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and they've made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And their backs really against the wall now. And we knew how tough it would be for them. You're coming on the road, NFC title game, crazy environment, and certainly just not looking good here in the fourth. He's got Burton here. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Now they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Block now to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Open man is Switzer, complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. We call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And you can bet that they are starting to sense it now. That George Halas trophy nearly theirs. Their spot as NFC champions oh so close as they try to finish this one off. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. Oh, he sheds himself free.